Hello, dear students. Welcome back to my class. So in this class, I'm going to cover clearing corporations, custodians or clearing members, and who are the clearing banks, because these are all the participants, main functioning agents in the stock market. Okay. So before going to my content, so I request you to subscribe. If you're not subscribed yet, do subscribe now, like it, and share it to your friends also. Okay, so let's begin with the clearing corporations. So clearing corporation is an organization or it is an entity affiliated to stock exchange whose primary objective is to oversee the handling of confirmation, settlement, and delivery of transactions. Okay, so what these are? These are the organizations, main organization who takes the responsibility of clearing, that is final settlement of the transaction which take place on the platform of stock exchange. Okay, so there, final settlement means what? There are two parties. One is a buyer, the other side seller will be there. So when buyer quotes his order, if it is finalized, he should have to get the securities and the seller should get money, right? Funds. So this thing, finally, it has to be settled. So that responsibility is taken over by the clearing corporations. Okay. So there are, in India, we do have two clearing corporations. One is NSE-CL, or it was also called as NSCCL, that is National Securities Clearing Corporation Limited. Now we call it as NSE, National Stock Exchange Clearing Limited. Okay. So it was incorporated in 1995, and this was the first organization. And this is the subsidiary of NSE. And one more is ICCL, that is Indian Clearing Corporation Limited, which is associated with BSE. Okay, so let us understand about NSCCL or NSCCL. Okay, so NSECL, National Stock Exchange Clearing Limited. Earlier it was called as NSCCL. Okay, now let's know NSCCL. Formerly, it was known as National Securities Clearing Corporation Limited. It is wholly owned subsidiary of NSE. It is owned subsidiary. It is associated with NSE and is responsible for clearing and settlement of all the trades executed on the platform of NSE. Okay, so it does deposit and collateral management and risk management functions also, right? So deposit kind of activity and collateral management as well as risk management functions are all performed by NSCCL. Okay, so NSCCL Clearing was the first clearing corporation established in India and is commenced clearing operations in April 1996. The NSE Clearing has maintained the credit rating of AAA grades are given to it, okay, from CRISIL. That is, CRISIL is an institution which rates the companies, okay. So NSCCL has got ratings, that is AAA ratings from CRISIL since 2008. So let's deal with another corporation, that is ICCL, Indian Clearing Corporation Limited. You may get a 2 marks question, expand, okay. NSCCL you may get, or ICCL expansion, okay. So Indian Clearing Corporation Limited was incorporated in 2007, So earlier in the 1996 only, this NSCCL is incorporated, whereas in 2007, ICCL is incorporated as a wholly owned subsidiary of BSE. It means this institution, ICCL, is associated with BSE. Okay. It carries out the functions of clearing, settlement, collateral management, and risk management for various segments of BSE. It means on the platform of BSE, Bombay Stock Exchange, would all the trades take place, the responsibility of all that clearing and settlement and collateral management, risk management, all is carried over by ICCL. Okay. It settles the trades reported on the Indian corporate debt market, that is debt segment also, debt market also, okay, the mutual fund segment also, and clears and settles trades executed on all other segments of BSE, including equity cash may be there, equity derivatives, BSE SME, that is small and medium enterprises, okay, offer for sale if it is there, then securities lending and borrowing, debt segment, interest rate futures, and currency derivative segment. So all these segments activities or the transactions which are concerned with all this, which are carried on the platform of BSE, are all settled, cleared and settled by ICCL. Okay. ICCL is the only clearing corporation in India to have been granted AAA ratings by 2 rating agencies. That is, it has also got AAA ratings by Indian Rating Limited, that is Indian arm of Fitch Ratings, and Credit Rating Limited. There are the CRISIL was rated to NSCL, and these 2 rating institutions, Indian Rating System, Indian Rating Limited and Clearing Rating Limited, both these rating institutions have graded AAA to ICCL. Okay. So these are the 2 important clearing corporations in India. Okay. So let's move on to the next part, that is who are called as custodians or clearing members. Custodians themselves are called as clearing members. Who are these people? What do they do? Okay, custodians or the clearing members hold the documentary proof of securities. It means what? The ownership title deeds are there, no? So those are held. When a seller sells the securities, the ownership rights of seller should have to be transferred to buyer. Okay, so that activity is carried on by clearing members. Okay, so that's why custodians hold the documentary proof of securities, keeping the title of securities intact. Okay, safekeeping is the responsibility of clearing members. Okay, securities intact in the name of the holder. They settle the trades on behalf of their clients that are executed through the other trading members. It means what? Custodians are clearing members, but not the trading members. Trading members are called as brokers. Okay, clearing members do this settlement transaction. And trading members are connected with complete buy and sell transactions. Okay, so the main functions of custodians are: one is safekeeping of securities, in whose name the securities are to be owned. The safekeeping of securities will be made by the clearing members. And next function is accepting or rejecting traded securities. Okay, it means what? A number of trades, take place simultaneously on the stock market. Okay, in the stock market, continuously number of transactions take place. The stock exchange use an electronic order matching system. Everybody knows it because everything is technologically upgraded. Okay, so automatically electronic order matching system is there to match and execute the buy and sell orders placed by different traders. Okay, through different brokers platforms. Okay, so the custodian is required to confirm whether he is going to settle that trade or not. If a custodian or a clearing member confirms it, then it proceeds further. Otherwise, it will be written back. Okay, so if the custodian confirms the trade, clearing corporation assigns the obligation to the custodian. If he is ready to confirm, then the clearing corporation will hand it over to the custodian or clearing member. If custodian rejects the trade, the obligation is assigned back to the trading member. It goes back to the broker, That's why the confirmation of the trade is very important, and the confirmation of trade itself is made by custodian. Okay. Examples: who are all working as custodians or clearing members in India? That is ICICI, SBI, HDFC, Citibank, Axis Bank Limited, Standard and Chartered Bank, Stock Holding Corporation of India Limited, Deutsche Bank, Hong Kong and Shanghai Banking Corporation Limited, IndusInd Bank, Infrastructure Leasing and Financial Services Limited, and ABN AMRO Bank, NV, etc. So they are all involved and they are all working as custodians or clearing members in Indian stock market. Okay, so next learn something a little bit more about clearing members only, that is custodians only. They are custodians or the clearing members are responsible for settling the trade done on all the counters. As you know, right? The main responsibility of the clearing member or the custodian itself is to settle the transaction. Okay, settlement means what? It involves taking the responsibility of making available the resources required on time to a buyer as well as to a seller. It means one side buyer is there, the other side seller is there. Making available the funds to a seller and security should be available to a buyer. So when this is done, settlement is made. Okay, so this settlement work itself is done by clearing members. So every clearing member has to open a clearing account, pool account also we can call it as. Every clearing member has to open a clearing account with one of the clearing banks. If the clearing member is settling a purchase transaction, then it needs to ensure that the funds are available. Okay, so whether the funds are available or not should be ensured earlier only in this account before the settlement. If the funds are available, then settlement takes place. Okay, settlement day would mean T+2 day. Okay, funds are made available through the clearing banks where the clearing member has his account, and securities are made available through the DPs. As everybody knows it, securities part will be dealt by depository participant, and the funds transfer will be taken over by clearing members from clearing banks. It means every clearing member has to open a clearing bank account with the clearing bank. Okay, so one bank account should be opened. Okay, so let's move on to the who are called as clearing banks. Three terms you have learned here. Learning. One is clearing corporations, then clearing members or custodians, and third concept is clearing banks. Okay, these banks act as a link between who are all there. One side, the corporations. NACCL, see, look at this, the image is there. NACCL or ICCL is there. The other side, clearing members are there, or the custodians we can call them as, okay, are there. So in between these two parties, one more is there, that itself is called as clearing bank. So it links both the parties or both the institutions. One is NACCL, ICCL, and the other side, clearing members. Okay, who are the clearing members? You have just now gone through the examples of them also. So clearing banks act as a link between the clearing members and the NACCL or ICCL for the settlement of funds. That is, pay in and pay out of funds. Every clearing member gets an account opened with a clearing bank for this purpose only. A clearing bank works on the instruction of the clearing member. It means when the funds are transferred from clearing bank, when he has to give the instruction, clearing member has to give the instruction to the clearing bank to transfer the funds from buyer's account to seller's account. Okay, so a clearing member, after defining the obligations in terms of funds information, that is, informs the clearing bank about the obligations to be fulfilled. The clearing bank makes available the funds required on the payout day to meet the obligation on time. So on time, everything is to be settled. That on time itself is T+2 day. So by today, if the trading day is there, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, it should be settled. Okay, T+2 days we call it as. Okay, so before that only everything should be assured. Okay, so thank you very much. I'll get back soon. Wait till my next class, because next class is a very interesting class which will cover the whole mechanism of the trading platform. Okay, thank you very much.